Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see how those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, we got three more episodes, but right now we are looking at episode 7, entitled Snipe Hunt for the TV series Atalanta. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. This is getting to be bittersweet. We only have three more episodes to go. What are we going to do after this? Well, I'll tell you. Please subscribe to my channel. I have several playlists of other television shows and some movie reviews. I have a whole playlist. Check out that playlist. Also, we are currently reviewing Reasonable Doubt, which is a Hulu only series. Check out that playlist as well. If you like what you see, again, subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button. Help me help you see me. All right. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. We are reviewing episode 7 of Atlanta and College, entitled Snipe Hunt. So it wasn't, uh, it was a very endearing episode, in particularly for Ern and Van. So let's just start off. Let me see. Let me see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So we have Ern and Van and Lottie. They are celebrating Lottie's 6th birthday, and they have decided that they were going to go camping. Ern has rented out a whole campground to celebrate Lottie's birthday. Now, Lottie doesn't appear to be too happy or too excited about her birthday just being the three of them. And in the back seat, she seems to be very, um, I don't want to know, but it's not unhappy. It's just like she's unsure. And you're going to figure that out as I go along through this episode. So as we see them here, they're driving to the campground and they're singing. But listen, I wanted to let you all know too. One of the things that I think was a character in the show that you didn't see was the music. Uh, as they're going to the campground, you hear Sade's "Your Love Is King" playing, and that now pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. This is why it's going to be very, very important. And I'm going to allude to some more music at the end of the episode. Shout out to Sade. Listen, so they are going to this campground. You know, everybody is just like they're participating, but there is no enthusiasm with them participating going on this little trip. So they meet up with the guy who runs the campground. Now, mind you, not even 5 seconds before, Van told Ern, "Hey, you need to slow down. You don't need to be riding through here going so fast." And so as they meet up with this guy, he tells Ern, he says, "Look, we got kids. You know, there's deer. There's all kinds of stuff. You need to slow that roll down." And Ern gives you that little look like that right there, like, "Oh, okay." And you see Van is like, "Negro, I just told you that." So, but he listens to what he was saying and he slows down. Lottie's in the back because he tells the little girl happy birthday. And this is the expression that you see. She kind of rolls her eyes and then, she kind of smiles when they look at her, but she does not really seem to be all that enthusiastic about being on this trip. So they're out here setting up the campground. And then we find out that and it's just like folks, I don't know what it is about when you go and you do something, you have to have the biggest thing and you let that man at REI convince him to buy this big old tent, knowing it was only going to be him, Lottie, and Van. He buys this big old tent for 12 people. He don't know how to put it up or anything like that. You see Lottie, she goes out towards the water because she seems All right. Lottie reminds me of me. An introvert personality, good by myself, and she goes off to the water and she's looking at stuff. Now, I thought that this would be significant. I thought she saw something over there. I'm not really sure, but she looked over there. I don't know what she saw. I couldn't see in between, and I didn't make it bigger or anything to figure out what she saw, but she saw something over there. Regardless, you get Ern and Van sitting around there, and Ern asked Van about it, about moving to Los Angeles. You remember the last couple, Ern has. I'm recording. So Ern, sorry about that, y'all. So Ern has asked Van about Los Angeles. Now, as we learned in the last episode, Paperboy has come out from around his tour, and so now Ern has acquired a job in Los Angeles to Ern has acquired a job in Los Angeles to, I guess, to work with other artists and things like that. And so he's going to Los Angeles. He has the job, but he's asking Lottie, not Lottie, excuse me. He is asking Van about what has she thought, has she made any more thoughts? And Van is just like, I don't know. And he's like, well, we need to talk about Los Angeles. And she's like, "Well, okay, well, okay." So she's basically trying so very, very hard to she wants to talk about it, but she doesn't want to talk about it. But Ern is insistent that that they talk about this. They talk about Los Angeles because it's important, because regardless, Ern is going. She hems, she haws, she fiddles, she fums. And then they started talking. I think Lottie interrupted them and they started talking about something else. And then when they finished with the tent, this is the expression that they had when they finished with the tent. Baby, that tent is cock D's to the side, honey. They've missed something. They have not put that tent up correctly. And baby, it looks a mess. But Lottie enjoys it. So she goes in and she says which room she wants to have. And she said, and daddy's gonna sleep outside. Now, the theme of this whole episode is Ern trying to get Van to make a decision about going to Los Angeles. And she kind of peeps that. They go hiking, they do a little nature walk. They're doing all kinds of things. They're just really, really taking in this nature and everything like that, as you all can see. Uh, they had one little instance where Ern just swore that he could walk across that water. And if you'd have seen that water was rolling. There is no way in the world anybody would have walked across that water. Again, city folks out here in the country trying to do country things and they have no idea what they're doing. If they had gone across that river, if they had listened to Ern, Van, and Lottie would be swept out, swept away. We know this. All right. So as they're going on and as they're doing, again, Ern has mentioned a couple of times. Here's the water, y'all. Hold on. Let me put this up here real quick. That's that water. And that you see all that rumbling water right there. Child, Ern wanted to walk across. They would have been swept away. They would have been swept away. I don't understand why Ern thought that that was a good idea, but I'm glad that Van said no to it. So then, like I said, they keep going, they go along, they do all these little things with camping. Uh, uh, Lottie is pretty much playing with herself, playing by herself. Excuse me. She is playing by herself, and she ends up catching a frog. And she's excited about catching a frog, but you know how parents are like, "Oh, baby, you need to put that down. Put that down." I remember when I saw that. I remember being young, and I don't know if I was the only child told this. Y'all let me know. But I was always told if you catch a frog, you'll end up getting warts. Is that just me? I don't know if it had anything to do with Your parents not wanting you to touch the animals, or was there really something on the frog that will give you warts? But I know that that was a big reason why I didn't touch frogs, touch insects, or touch a lot of little different stuff, because I was told that you would get warts. Anyway, again, Ern and Ern and Van are still trying to talk about going to Atlanta, and they keep him hawing around it. They just keep him hawing around it. They're not really. He's Van, excuse me, is really trying not to talk about it, and she'll change the subject. She'll do something else just to try to change the subject. And here you got Lottie just playing by herself. Let me scroll through these pictures right quick, because this is when she caught the frog. So then they go out on the water and they were going to fish. And they're out there fishing. And then Lottie said that she wished her grandparents were there. And they were like, yeah, we could do that. Because again, they're out here on the water. They are acting as a family, but Lottie senses that something's not right. Lottie senses that something's just not right. She is correct, because, like, Ern brought them all out there and used Lottie's birthday to get them all out there so that he could corral Van to talk about going to Los Angeles. And so that's why she wanted her grandparents, because, her grandparents, like most grandparents do, they will focus on grandchild. They're not going to be focused on the issues and things that they have. And you see little Lottie, she senses that something's not right. Let me tell y'all something. I saw this picture and I was like, wow, it's a beautiful picture. But there's no way in the world, absolutely positively no way in the world, that I'd be out there on that water in that itty bitty boat. It's got to be a little bit bigger than that. And then when I looked at that, I was thinking, you remember last season when the white Ern and the black guy were fishing? I was wondering, is that Lake Lanier? Did they go out to Lake Lanier, out in the water to Lake Lanier? I did not know. I just don't go that way. Anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shot. I just don't think I'd be out there in that little bitty boat. So here we have it, to where Ern is really trying to, they're eating. And apparently they must be hungry and they didn't catch no fish, because them hot dogs looked like they were so good. And they was like, am I hungry, or are these hot dogs good? And Van said, no, these hot dogs are actually pretty good. All right. So Lottie is so here's the thing. This is the funniest thing, because Van Ern wants to talk with Van, and so Van decides to tell Lottie about the story about catching the snipe. And she shows her this whole little routine about putting a pillowcase down, putting a marshmallow in the bag, and then have the light so that the snipe, I'm saying snipe would see the marshmallow through the bag, and she had to beat around the bag so that the snipe will come into the bag and get the marshmallow. And she was telling her that that's a solitary feat. So they go back over and talk, and Ern is trying to figure out, there she is with the pillowcase and everything like that. And so Ern is trying to talk. Here we go. Ern is trying to talk to Van about Los Angeles, and he goes back through a whole bunch of different things. Next thing you know, Lottie calls out and she says, I caught it. Van and Ern are shook, because they're like, what did you catch? She said, I caught the snipe. They said, what did the snipe look like? She said, oh, it was like slithering and it had red eyes. Y'all don't tell me that baby caught a snake. Good Lord, please don't tell me they caught a snake, because I couldn't see what she caught. And whatever it was, it slithered uh, from the bushes from what it appeared. And baby, all I saw was Vern and Ern telling Lottie, okay, at the count of three, I want you to drop the lantern and the bag and run to us. And baby, that thing jumped out. Look at it. Whatever's in that bag, baby, let me make it bigger. Whatever is in that bag, baby. Mm-mm. And the one thing that Lottie has is no fear. Lottie has no fear. I don't know what's in this bag, y'all, but anyway, they had her to drop it and to run towards them. And I couldn't see what it was. Can y'all see? I don't know what that was that flew out of that bag, but baby, you see how Ern and Van and Lottie were getting it back to the campsite? A mess. And then bless her heart. Y'all, bless little Lottie's heart. She didn't even want them to sing for her birthday. And, you know, I just saw myself in poor little Lottie. She's intuitive. She senses that her parents are not really, I don't want to say happy, but she sensed there's something else going on and they're really not focused on her. And she sensed that. So she's not having a nice birthday. They were going to sing to her and she told them, don't sing. Mm-mm, don't sing. And those are that's man, I felt for Lottie. I did. I understood that feeling of you can feel and you can sense when people are not, their energy is different. That's the only thing I can say about it. But you can sense when someone's energy is not in there. And that's why I don't like to go around like groups of people and crowds of people, is because there'd be too many energies there and it makes me uneasy and it makes me nervous. But anyway, that's not about me. But I just felt Lottie in this whole situation. She just seemed like she wasn't happy. And you know, her parents, Ern is so focused on getting Van to say that she wants to go to Los Angeles, and Van is like trying very hard to not have to talk about Los Angeles. So then we get to the evening, we get to the night, and Van, Ern, and Lottie, they go to bed. And Ern is over there with his teeth chattering and whatnot because he's cold. And Van had told him earlier, we when he got that big old tent, she told him you should have gotten a smaller tent so that we could all be in the same place together because the body heat will keep us, your body heat, my body heat, Lottie's body heat will keep us warm. So they've got this big old van. His teeth is over there chattering. And plus they've not really dressed for camping out like that because you need to have at least long sleeves and uh, a thick, you're going to be in a sleeping bag. And but you also need like a long sleeve and some socks and long pants. So when you get into the bed, that your body heat, if you're not like right up on somebody else, that sleeping bag will then insulate you and keep your body heat in instead of allowing it to escape out of the sleeping bag. But so this is where we have the conversation, and y'all, I be in my feelings and be in the feels because I understood where both of them were coming. Because Ern was like, I want you to come I want you to come to Los Angeles, and let me go back because earlier he asked her what was in Atlanta that was so important that you can't leave it behind. And let's just get into it. Basically, it's this: Ern wants Van to go to Los Angeles with him, but he's never really told Van why he wanted her to go to Los Angeles with him. So she was like, because he kept talking about Lottie and them being her parents. And so she was saying, oh, well, Van was telling him, so you just want to go because you don't want to be alone. And he comes back and he says, I can go. I'm a decent looking guy. I have a great job. I could go to it. I could go to Los Angeles and I can pull up and pick any woman that I want. I want you to go. He says, you're the mother of my child. And again, she reiterated. So basically, it was this: Van needed to, Ern needed to express to Van how he felt about her. And Van needed to hear that from Ern so that she would know that he wanted her to go because he wanted Van, not because I'm going to be alone and I don't want to be out there by myself, or him getting lonely and then he's using her uh so that he won't be lonely. She wants to hear him say, I love you. I love you for you. I love you that you're the mother of my child. And I want us to go together as a unit. But I needed you to know that. He tells her that. She lets him know that she loves him. And that was pretty much the end of the episode, y'all. And I talked to you earlier about the music. At the end of the episode, they played Stronger Than Pride. And so for me, those two songs, Your Love is King and Stronger in Pride, that they were both, to me, with that Stronger Than Pride, is that they had to express their feelings for each other and not allow their pride to get in the way from expressing the feelings that they needed to express. So that when they move to Atlanta, Lord, when they move to Los Angeles, they're going with love for each other, love for their family unit, and they're going to go conquer the world. All right. That's all I got. Let me know down in the comments, what did you all think? Uh what do you think about Ern's approach? Do you think him encapsulating them in the campground, um was that a little manipulative? I mean, it worked in the end, but did you think that was a little manipulative? And also, I wanted to talk about real quick. Remember how I talked about Lottie and how she feels? So when she felt that her parents were on the same page and they were happy and they didn't have any of that uh, stuff in between them like they did when they came before, you notice she put a little smile on her face. She had a little smile. So she, through that whole little trip, she put a little smile on her face. I didn't capture that on the picture, so I'm not going to show it, but she put a smile on her face. So she's feeling now that her family is her family. Because you remember before she talked about she wanted her grandparents there because she could feel their love for her. Now she can feel that same type of love coming from her parents. Anyway, y'all let me know down in the comment section. Let's chat it out in the comments. What did you all find? Did you find any types of hidden meanings in this episode? Y'all, we don't have but three more. Hey, please like, again, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I really do appreciate you all. And I will see you in the next review. And as always, people, bye bye.